Ladies and gentlemen, I rarely talk about this guy, but every once in a while he ends up getting on PBD and just says the dumbest shit that you can possibly imagine. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like him. I don't like this guy. Why do I not like Adam? You made me wondering. Simple, because he's a blind follower. He's a sheep. You know what I'm saying? He's a sheep that goes wherever they tell him to go. And who are those people? Well, if you know who this guy is, you will know exactly who those people are. Let me go ahead and give you an idea of who those people are that control this guy, and he goes wherever they tell him to go, right? This dude right here has no problem with Epstein. Let me just go ahead and say that. All right, he has no problem with Epstein. He how do I say it? I gotta go ahead and find a video of him saying, I guess he wasn't defending Epstein, but he was talking about Epstein in a way where it's pretty much telling you, why do you care anyway? Just move on. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? It's Epstein. Who cares? He's dead. Just move about it. You know what I mean? Don't worry about all the horrendous stuff that he did. Don't worry about all the, blackmail that he has. You know what I mean? He's talking in a way that's giving me that kind of vibe, That's not the only reason, And so, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to go on, but let me just go ahead and get to the point because I don't want to be here forever. This is a 1 minute and 22-second video of him talking about how Candace Owen does not have any friend. And he thinks that this is a sign of somebody who is a liar, somebody who is should not be trusted, somebody who you should not be listening to whatsoever. Why? Because there's no PDF file celebrity out there who likes her. Let's go ahead, man, so I can give my thought about this whole situation.
Forget about what she said about Israel and Jews and BLM and liberals. This is friendship stuff. This is friendship stuff. The most valuable currency you have are the relationships you have, your friends. In my opinion, she's burned every bridge she's ever been associated with.
Let me tell you something. If you're on the truth, stay on the truth, even if that means everybody around you leaves. Friendship or temporary. What matters most is the fact that you want to stay on the truth no matter what. Because eventually, those people who left, they will realize that you were speaking the truth the whole time and they were wrong.
Whether that's Turning Point USA, whether that's the Daily Wire, whether that's PragerU, Charlie Kirk, Steven Crowder. I don't know what's going on even in this room, but it's not like we're loving what she's doing these days. I'm asking you a serious question. Who are her friends at this point?
Well,
to me, she's very lonely.
No, I think she's very close with Tucker. I do think she has a group
How many
of
more
friends.
can you name, though?
Like, he just likes to speak out of his ass with no proof. You know what I mean? He's the type of dude that would do massive damage because a lot of people listen to PBD. You have to understand that, right? This is an information show. They are pretty much guiding a lot of people that tune in every single day to watch what they say. This guy right here brings on people who will literally lie about Candace Owen and he won't even butt an eye. And then when he's proven wrong, he doesn't come and apologize and say, "Oh, sorry guys, I didn't know that this person was a liar. I apologize." No, because his goal is to cause as much damage as possible in the meantime. And then later when he gets called out for it, oh well, maybe now he's gonna apologize for it. But guess what? The damage is already done. And that's exactly what he's doing right here. He is planting in the mind of his followers and his viewers. He's pretty much telling them, hey, don't listen to Candace Owen. She is crazy. She doesn't have any friends. She's like a creepy ass woman in her basement. And she just comes up with all these false conspiracy theory. And because of that, you shouldn't listen to her and so on and so forth. This is the type of mentality that he has. Anybody who goes against the state of Israel, automatically he disregards everything and anything they say.
Other than Tucker,
Yeah.
Genuine question. I'm not trying to throw her under the bus. Who's Candace's friends? Who are her allies? Can we name a name? Anyone?
Oh,
Anyone?
she's got more than you.
She literally has millions of YouTube subscribers and followers
I'm sure
all
that
over
there's
social media.
Twitter
Millions.
army out there.
Yeah,
but what famous names advocates are saying, I'm with Candace? Tucker, maybe?
They can't. They literally cannot come out and say, I'm with her. because of her rhetoric, because of her criticism that she has against the state of Israel. Believe it, look, I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of celebrities out there understand where she's coming from. A lot of celebrities out there agree 100% of what she's saying, but they cannot come out. Why? Because they'll lose brand deals. They don't want to be associated with her because of her criticism of the state of Israel. That's the reality of things. Anybody who criticizes the state of Israel, even if so many celebrities out there agree with this person, they can't come out and say, I support this person. Why? Because they know that's going to be damaging to their brand. I promise you. That's the reason why a lot of them don't come and say anything. How do you think she's the #1 podcaster in the world? Because people listen to her message and they're like, I agree with what she's saying. Especially when it comes to this whole entire Charlie Kirk situation. It seems like she's the only one who's doing diligent investigation to come to a conclusion as to who really is the perpetrator behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And obviously, we understand that that is a taboo in the media scene. Nobody wants to attack that because there's so many holes in it, and they want the population to just accept whatever narrative the FBI has put out there and what the news has put out there. And she is going against all of that. So of course, people are not going to go ahead and come out fully and say, I support her. People won't do that, even though they know deep down inside, she's not lying. She ain't lying.
Who else?
No.
I can't name one.
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Maybe not the people that you're naming earlier.
I'm just saying a name other than Tucker.
Guys,
Give me a name.
I am just trying to be
Vinny,
very,
give me a name.
what's the word? I'm trying to be very,
Diplomatic?
not diplomatic, logical.
Me too.
Because
at least your boss has a freaking sense of brain up in there. Even though me personally, I don't really like PBD. The reason is because they say a lot of nonsense on there that I'm just like, really like, especially when it comes to the whole Islamophobia and stuff like that. It's like, bruh, no. I can go on and on with the whole PBD situation. You're going to have to go watch some of my previous video in order for you to know my opinion about the PBD situation. But let's go ahead and listen to her reply with that whole, oh, she doesn't have any celebrity friend bullshit.
It's just, I want to guys just, because we got to all wake up to this.
FYI, this is after she just got done reacting to the video that I just reacted to.
Matrix, okay? First and foremost, nothing he is saying is true. The first thing I'd like to clarify is I have never been friends with Steven Crowder. I just feel like that is really not good dirt to throw on my name. I just have better intuition than that. Secondly, my friend Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck, hence the reason we're doing this entire podcast investigation into what actually happened on that day. Now, you seem to be naming employers regarding the Daily Wire. I am still friends with every single one of my colleagues that I was friends when I went in there. And yeah, when you leave a job, you don't tend to hang out with management on your way out. So I'm not sure what you're referencing here. If you mean that I am not one of those basic bitches who needs to post every second of when I'm hanging out with people so that people think that I'm cool and I'm surrounded by individuals, you would be right. Because I'm a person who grew up on Kanye West's music. And it's so funny that I was blasting his early music, one of his first songs, All Falls Down, and he speaks about this. This is how they create the Matrix. Insecure men speak like that, okay? They want people who are insecure to allow terrible things to happen because they say, well, you can hang out with me. You can hang out with me. All you have to do is just not talk about the Epstein files, and you might get invited to Mar-a-Lago. Don't you want to be invited?
See what I mean? And she's not wrong. This is why they can't come out and say, I fully support what Candace Owens is saying. I mean, think about this, right? Think about this. Recently, people in France got the word that there was a hit on her. And because they agree with her, and because they like the fact that she does good investigation and good journalism, they went ahead and tipped her off and say, hey, by the way, they're coming after you. You tell me that's not a you tell me that that's not a friendship? You know what I mean? Trust me. If any celebrity out there who agrees with her, if they were to most likely get the word out that there's a hit on her and they know that they can tell her this without being exposed, I guarantee you they will do it. They'll be like, hey, Candace, by the way, you need to be careful. A lot of people have told her to be careful. These are people that trust her. These are, I guess you can say, her friends, really. because they're looking after her. They're telling her, hey, you shouldn't go beyond this point. You shouldn't talk about these. You shouldn't talk about that. Isn't that what a friend is? Friend are people who pretty much watch your back, right? That's on my check. That's what a friend is. A friend is if you're making dumb decision, you're about to make a stupid decision, talk about something stupid or act in a very stupid way. A friend is somebody that comes and say, hey, by the way, don't do that. By the way, this is what's going to happen if you keep doing this. And she has come out and said a lot of people have warned her about saying and talking about certain topics. You know, she's hated throughout the whole mainstream media. Let's be quite honest. She's hated. Why? Because when the whole assassination situation, when there was a hit on her, she said it. She informed the White House. She informed the people. And they said absolutely nothing about it.
To Mar-a-Lago. Don't you want to go to Mar-a-Lago? Then why don't you look away when we talk about children being abused? It's so weird. Like, don't you want to have like really all of the invites to Mar-a-Lago? And you can hang out, you can get dressed up and hang out with cool people in Hollywood if you just look the other way when children are being abused. This is that mentality. Okay?
Those people are miserable.
It's disgusting, it's gross, but more importantly, it is insecure. So I want to remind you guys that your real friends do not need to be famous, okay? My best friends are not famous, and you should be close with your family. You should have real value in your life. Part of the matrix requires you to have this sort of instinct to think celebrities are cool,
right,
and that they glitter and they're golden. The majority of them are pretty effed up and drunk. That's the reality. No, and by the way, on the subject of...
Oh, man, she is 100% right on this right here, bro. And this is also one thing that I want to say, okay? Like, celebrities, this is what you have to understand about them. Imagine you who's watching this, right? If you made it this far, this is going to be very, very important. There's a line that people like to draw, right? A lot of people will say, oh, if my friend steal, I'll still be friend with them. You know what I mean? If my friend does this, I'll still be friend with them. But if my friend abuses a child, I would disassociate myself from this person and I would never speak to them again. A lot of people draw a line right there. Celebrities are people who they know people that have dealt with kids. I mean, look at the whole Epstein situation. The White House, they have information. The DOJ, the FBI, they have information. And they know that this congressman right here was diddling with kid. This congressman right here was diddling with kid. They've seen the video. They've seen the evidence. They saw the whole entire list. The list that you and I wants to be released, they've seen it all. Now imagine, right? When the cameras are turned on, you have to now say, this person right here is my best friend. And then you shake hands with them and you have a big old smile on your face. It's fake. It's not real. These people are miserable. They have to pretend to like PDF files. You really want to be surrounded with people like that? No. Hell no. Nobody wants to be surrounded with people like that. I would disown my closest friend if I find out that this person has touched a child. I will not talk to them, delete them, block them, never associate myself with this person, and you will never see me in public with this person ever again. And here is Adam telling Candace, oh, how come she doesn't have any celebrity friends? These people are miserable. They see things, they know things, they've done things that if you and I, normal people, were to know, we would never see a lot of celebrity the same way, a lot of Congress people the same way ever again. This is why I don't like celebrities. This is why people who are famous, people who make a lot of money and are limelight, I don't like them. I don't know what to do in secret. But one thing that I do understand is in order for you to be bombarded in front of millions of people, you would have to be compromised to such a level in which they have dirt on you. What is that compromise? What is that? I don't know. But one thing that I do know is something that is damaging to the human soul. When you look at these celebrities, when you see the faces and you see the way that they act and talk, and they don't want to talk about what's really affecting society, just understand that these people have been compromised to a certain level in which you and I cannot comprehend. And now you're telling me that you should be a friend with these people? Nah, I reject it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've gone on a tirade. I just wanted to go ahead and share with you guys this little thing right here and give my thought on it. If you made it this far, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys up in the next video.